felt today I wanted to talk about the connection between how we see life as sacred and how we survive upon this planet. And it came to me this morning when I was having a really nice hot shower, because it's cold and it's winter, and you get in a hot shower and you go, oh wow, it's really nice to have a hot shower, isn't it? And I was thinking that our Western world has led us so much away from the inherent nature of spirit in life, to the point where people think you're bonkers if you talk about energy or God or spirit, and that seems just warped, that seems lunacy. And if you look at the state that we're in on a planet where we are literally tearing down forests and putting chemicals onto the earth and pesticides and treat animals like they're nothing, I can't say that gearing us away from a sense of spirit has done much for us as a species at all. It's winter now, but it's really sunny, and I'm sitting underneath a beautiful ash tree, and the trees and the plants knew that it was time to retreat because it was winter, and they're very much in tune with the seasons. And in the past times, before we had electricity, which is most of humanity as far as I'm aware, it's only really a small amount of time that we've been able to have these what we call Modcons in supermarkets with all our food, electricity and things just literally on tap. People, they had fires and they built lives around fires and warmth and community. They were so grateful for the harvest and for the growth and for the return of the light and the plants that came through. They had an appreciation of nature herself, like gratitude. They had rituals to give gratitude to what Mother Earth produced. But they also, in different cultures, revered weather gods, sky gods, nature gods. And they would feel this as part of their life, and it was just natural. It was no like, oh, you're out there doing that and we're doing this, that's great. No, people felt it really strongly. And I live in a world where I was born, and it was very much if you had a pain in your head, you went and took a painkiller. I've learned throughout my life that I don't even get headaches anymore. I pretty much know how to work as a preventative and work with my energy systems through healing. And if I have a cut or an infection, I pretty much know what to do to go into nature to heal that. Now, I've learned this through a skill of self-teaching mostly. It's something that most people are unaware of. It seems alien to them. Now, seeing when you have the sacred in life, that you see the earth and plants and trees and all the animals as being sentient, having life, and that this tree behind me, which is really nice, this tree has an awareness, an energy. When you bring this into your life, life changes considerably because you live a life with gratitude to where you are upon the earth. Whatever your faith or religion, and religion, unfortunately, organised religion has divided people and caused wars and judgmentalness, which I think is detrimental to our health as a species as well. Going forward, I guess my aim has been to reintegrate people with the sacred, with a sacred part of themselves. Because when you realise that you're not just this physical body, this collection of parts that operate, and the animals are the same. When you see that animals don't have consciousness, awareness, or sentient awareness or feelings, it's easier to do what you want to them. When you view a human being and say they have no rights because they don't follow things the way you do, or that they are inferior in society, it's easier to influence other people to do what you want to another person. And that will never be right. And throughout years has caused atrocities to happen when you divide people into society and say some people are right and some people are wrong. Community is really important. Kindness is really important. And the material world that we live in, well, we have put precedence on power, status, money, wealth, houses, cars, where we have put precedence on gain and see the earth as a commodity so we can do whatever we want to her. We've taken away the soul of the earth, the soul of people, the soul of animals, and therefore we have dairy farms and we have factory farming. We have maybe laws that are put across which say that animals don't have feelings, farm animals don't have feelings. If you have a consciousness changed, that you see a chicken as just a strutting about bird without awareness, then so people are more accepting of whatever's done to that bird. So, in terms of survival of us on this planet right now and going forward, it would appear that because the Earth is now reacting in a way, because everything on this planet is joined together quite intimately, and everything is felt through energy, as a system, a planet which has a species on it that doesn't synchronize with it or the other species in a huge way, will begin to respond. It's responding in a beautiful way in terms of, I see so many people who are changing in spiritual thinking and light workers and herbalists. The Earth is producing people. I think people are coming specifically spiritually to this planet to help. At the same time, a balance will always be sought. And you can feel that across the world right now. Our world, which is very technologically driven right now, and about sorting and control and testing and monitoring, is taking us even further away from a spiritual way of being, and further away from that connection to nature. And my advice to anyone is to connect with that part within you that is connected to the greater spirit, and remember that when you feel this within yourself, you start to feel it. You see it in the eyes of a cat. You see it as a horse stands in a field. You feel the flight of a bird through the air. You sense a wave of something that comes from a tree, or compulsion to go towards a plant or a certain place. You feel drawn to the sound of the river. And then you remember that you aren't just here to just gain and take and move through a career. You're here to have a beautiful journey, and you're here to remember your sacred connection. Enjoy the winter, enjoy the spring, enjoy the change, enjoy life. Feel what you can feel. It's all out there ready to be learnt or relearnt.